Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Wichita Shakespeare Company's production of Comedy of Errors. My name is Jeremy, and I have the privilege of directing the show. Wichita Shakespeare Company is a 501c3 non-for-profit fine arts venue here in Wichita. So we survive solely on donations. So if you didn't get a program, you can go over to our welcome table. There are programs there, and while you're there, there's a cutout of Shakespeare, and feel free to donate and take your money and put it in Shakespeare's mouth. We greatly appreciate your donations, and if you feel that you would like to participate, we have upcoming auditions for our fall show. Information on the back of the program. Thank you for attending and supporting live arts.
Proceed, Solinus, to procure my fall by the doom of death and woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity and discord, which of late sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke to merchants, our well-doing countrymen, who, wanting guilders to redeem their lives, have sealed his rigorous statutes with their bloods, excludes all pity from our threatening looks. For since the mortal and intestine jars twixt thy seditious countrymen and us, it hath in solemn synods been decreed, both by the Syracusians and us, to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay more, if any born at Ephesus be seen at any Syracusian marts and fairs, again, if any born at Syracuse come to the shore of Ephesus, he dies. His goods confiscate to the Duke's disposed, unless 1,000 marks be levied to quit the penalty and ransom him. Thy substance, valued at highest rate, cannot amount unto more than 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Yet this my comfort when your words are done. My woes end likewise like the evening sun.
Well, Syracusian, say in brief, why thou departedst thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
Heavier task could not have been imposed than I to speak my griefs unspeakable. Yet, that the world may witness that my woes were wrought by nature, not by vile offense, I'll utter what my sorrows give me leave. In Syracuse was I born, and wed, unto a woman happy but for me, and by me had not our half been bad. With her I lived in joy, our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidam. Till my factor's death and the great care of goods at random left drew me from the kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old, before herself, almost at fainting under the pleasing punishment that women bear, had made provisions for herself following me, and soon and safe arrived where I was. There had she not been long, but she became the joyful mother of 2 goodly sons, and which was strange, the one so like the other as could not be distinguished but by names. That very hour, and in the selfsame inn, a meaner woman was delivered of such a burden, male twins, both alike. Those, for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motion for our home return. Unwilling I agreed. Last, too soon we came aboard. league from Epidamnum had we sailed before the always wind-obeying deep gave any tragic instance of our harm. But longer did we not retain much hope, for what reduced light the heavens did grant, did but convey unto our fearful minds the doubtful warrant of immediate death, which myself would gladly have embraced, if not for the incessant weepings of my wife, weeping before for what she saw must come, well, and the piteous plainings of the pretty babes that mourned for fashion, ignorant what to fear, forced me to seek delays for them and me. And this it was, for other means had none, the sailors sought for safety from our boat, and left the ship, then sinking right to us. My wife, more careful for the latter born, had fastened him unto a small spare mast, such as seafaring men prepare for storms. To him one of the other twins was bound, whilst I remained like heedful of the other. The children thus disposed, my wife and I, fixing our eyes on whom our care was fixed, fastened ourselves at either end the mast, floating straight, obedient to the stream, was carried towards Corinth, as we thought. At length the sun, gazing upon the earth, dispersed those vapors that offended us, and by the benefit of this wished light, the seas waxed calm, and we saw from far 2 ships making amain to us, of Corinth that, of Epidaurus this. But ere they came, let me say no more, gather the sequel by that went before.
Nay, forward on that, and do not break off so, for we may pity, though not pardon thee, and for the sake of them thou sorrows for, do me the favor to dilate it for what hath befallen of them and thee till now.
For ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock, which being violently borne upon, our helpful ship was splitted in the midst. For this unjust divorce of us, fortune left to both of us alike, what to desire in, what to sorrow for. Her part, poor soul, being as burdened with lesser weight, but not with lesser woe, was carried with more speed before the wind. And in our sights, they 3 were taken up by fishermen of Corinth, as we thought. At length, another ship had seized on us, and knowing whom it was their hap to save, gave healthful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fishers of their prey had not their bark been very slow to sail. And so, homeward, did they bend their course? Bye-bye. Oh, my youngest son, and yet my eldest care, at 18 years became inquisitive about his brother, and importuned me, that his attendant, so his case was like, reft of his brother, but retained his name, might bear him company in the quest of him, whom, whilst I labored of a love to see, I hazarded the loss of whom I loved. 5 summers have I spent in furthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, coasting homeward, came to Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought or that or any place that harbors men. And here must end the story of my life. Happy am I in my timely death, but all my travels bore to me they live.
Hapless Aegeon, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap. Now trust me. Were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes, though they may not disannul, yet I will do for thee what I can. Therefore, merchant, I limit thee this day to seek thy life by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus. Make thou or borrow to make the sum and live. If no, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to that custody.
I will, my lord.
Hopeless and helpless doth the Gean wend, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Therefore, give out that you are but damned unless your goods do be confiscated. This very day a Syracusian merchant was apprehended for arrival here. Not being able to buy out his life according to the statutes of this town, dies at a weary sun set in the west. It's your money I had to keep.
Go, bear it to the centaur where he hosts, and stay there, Dromio, till I come to you. Till that, I'll view the manners of the town, peruse the traders, gaze upon the buildings, and then return and sleep within mine inn. For with long travel I am stiff and weary. Get thee away.
Many a man would have you at your word, and go indeed, having such enemy.
A trusty villain, sir, that very oft when I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humor with his merry jests. What, will you walk with me about the town and then go to my inn and dine with me?
I'm invited to certain merchants, sir. My business calls me from you now.
Farewell till then. I will go lose myself to wander up and down the view of the city. He that commends me to mine own content, commends me to the thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water, that in the ocean seeks another drop, who, falling there to find his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, confounds himself. So I to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them, and happy lose myself. Here comes the almanac of my true date. What thou? How chance thou art returned so soon?
Return so soon? Rather approach too late. The capeman burns. The pig falls from the spit. The clock is stricken 12 upon the bell. My mistress made one upon my cheek. She is so hot because meat is so cold. Meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home because you had no stomach. You had no stomach, having broken fast. But we that know it is to fast and pray. A penitent to your default today.
Woo! Stop in your wind, sir, and tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money that I gave you?
Oh, the sixpence I Wednesday last to pay the saddler for my mistress's crupper. Well, the saddler had it, so I kept it not.
I'm not in a sport of humor now. Where's the money? Where we being strangers here, how darest thou trust so great a charge from thine own custody?
I pray you, sir, as you sit at dinner, I come to you for my mistress in post. If I return, I shall be post indeed, for she will score your fault upon my pate.
Come, Dromio, come. These jests are out of season. Reserve them till a merrier time than this. Where was the gold I gave in charge to thee?
To me, but you gave no gold to me.
Come on, sir knave, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
My charge was but to fetch you from the mower home to your house to dinner. My mistress and her sister stays for you.
In what safe place have you bestowed my money? Or I will break that merry sconce of yours that stands on jest when I am undisposed. Where's 1,000 marks thou hadst to me?
I have some of your marks upon my pate, some of my mistress's marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both.
My mistress marks? What mistress slave hast thou?
Your wife, my mistress is the phoenix. She does not fast till you come home to dinner and prays that you will hie you home to dinner.
What? Would thou flap me thus into my face, being forbid? There, take thou that, sir knave.
I'm in you, sir. God's sake, hold your hands. Oh, nay, you will not. I will take my heels.
Upon my life, by some device or other, the villain is o'erwrought of all my money. They say this town is full of cozenage. If it proves so, I will be gone the sooner. I'll to the centaur to seek out this slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Neither my husband nor the slave returned that in such haste as sent to seek his master. Surely, Viviano, it is 2 o'clock. Perhaps the merchant hath invited him, and from the mart he's somewhere gone to dinner. Good, let us dine and never fret. A man is master of his liberty. Time is their master. And when they see time, he'll go or come. And so be patient, sister. Why should their time be ours than more? till he come home again, I would forbear. Patience unmoved, no marvel though she paused. They be meek that have no other cause. Our wretched soul bruised with adversity, we may be quiet when we hear it cry. Go, were we burdened with black weight of pain, as much or more would we ourselves complain. So thou that hast no unkind nature grieve me, with urge and helpless patience would relieve me. But if thou live to see my cry bereaved, this full vacations of thee will be left. Well, I will wed one day. But try, here is your man, now is your husband nigh.
Nay, he's in two hands with me that my 2 ears can bear witness.
Say, didst thou speak of him? Knowest thou his mind?
I spoke his mind upon mine ear. Through his hand, I scarce can understand it.
Speak he so doubtfully, thou couldst not feel his meaning?
Nay, he struck so plainly I could too well feel his blows, but also doubtfully I scarce can understand it.
But say, is he coming home? It seemed he hath great care to please his wife.
My mistress, I have shown my master his horn, man.
Horn man, thou villain!
Not cold, man, but show he is stark, man. And I decided home to dinner, asking for 1,000 marks in gold. 'Tis dinner time, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. The meat is burnt, quoth I. My gold, quoth he. Will you come home, quoth I? My gold, quoth he. Where are the 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain? The pig, quoth I, is burnt. My gold, quoth he. But sir, my mistress, I know not thy mistress. Hang up thy mistress, I know thy mistress. Quoth my master. I know, quoth he, no house, no wife, no mistress. Set my errand, do unto my tongue. I thank him. I bear home upon my shoulders, but in conclusion he did beat me there.
Back, slave, and fetch thy master home.
Go back and be new beaten home? For God's sake, send some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I'll break thy pate across.
And he will bless that cross with another beating. Between you I shall have a holy head.
Hence, prating peasant, fetch thy master home.
Am I so round with you as you always be like a football, you do spurn me thus? You spurn me hence, he spurns me hither. If I last in this service, you must case me in leather. Ah!
How impatient tyrant to your ways! His company must do his minions grace, whilst I unstalk for a merry look. Captain, homely age, silver, and beauty took from my poor cheek. Oh, then he hath wasted it. Are my discourses dull, bearing my wit? If voluble and sharp discourse be marred, unkindness blunts it more than marble hard. Do their gay vestments, his affection bait? That's not my fault, he is master of my state. What ruins are in me that can be found by him not ruined? He is the ground of my defeatures. My decayed fair, a sunny look of his would soon repair, but too unruly dear, he breaks the pale and beats from home. Oh, poor, I am but his stale. Unfeeling fools can't research wrongs dispense. I know his eyes don't homage otherwhere, or else what lets it but he would be here. Since, you know, he promised me a chain, with that alone he would detain, so he would keep fair corner with his bed. I see the jewel best in him will lose its beauty, yet the gold binds still, and others touch and often touch and will wear gold. And no man that hath a name by falsehood or corruption doth it shame. But since my beauty cannot please his eye, I'll weep what's left away, and weeping die. How many fond fools are mad jealousy?
The gold I gave Dromio is laid up safe with the centaur, and the heedful slave is wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation in mine post report. I cannot speak with Dromio since at first I sent him from the mart. See, here he comes. How now, sir? Is your merry humor altered? As you love strokes, so jest with me again. You know no centaur. You received no gold. Your mistress sent to have me home to dinner. My house was at the Phoenix. Wast thou mad that thus so madly didst thou answer me?
I have not seen you since you sent me hence. Home, to the centaur, with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold's receipt and toldst me of a mistress at a dinner, for which I hope thou feltst I was displeased. I'm glad to see you in this merry vein, sir. But what means this jest? I pray you, master, tell me. Yea, dost thou think jeer and flout me in the teeth? Thinkst thou I jest? Hold! Take thou that! And that! Hold! Sir, for God's sakes, now your jest is earnest. But what bargain you given me? Because that I familiarly sometimes do use you for my fool and chat with you. Your sauciness will jest upon my love and make a comment on my serious hours. When the sun shines, let foolish gnats make sport, but creep in crannies when he hides his beams. If you will jest with me, know my aspect and fashion your demeanor to my looks. Or I will beat this method in your sconce. Sconce call you in, and you'd leave me battering, and you'd use these blows long. I must get a sconce for my head and a sconce in two. But I pray you, master, why am I beaten? Dost thou not know? Nay, sir, that I am beaten. Shall I tell you why? Why, sir, and why for? For they say every why has a wherefore. Why? First, for flouting me. And then, wherefore, for urging it the second time to me. Was there ever such a man thus beaten out of season when in the why and the wherefore have no reason? Well, sir, I thank you. Thank me, sir, for what? Marry, sir, this something you gave me for nothing. I'll make you amends next to give you nothing for something. But say, sir, is it dinner time? Nay, sir, I think the meat wants what I have. And good time, sir, what is that? Basting. Well, sir, learn to jest in good time. There's a time for all things. I just have denied that. Before you were so choleric. By what rule, sir? By the rule as the plain bowl paid of Father Time himself. Let's hear it. There's no time for a man to grow his hair that grows bold by nature.
May he not do it by fine and recovery?
Aye, but to pay the fee of a wig to recover the lost hair of another man.
But your reason was not substantial. Why is there no time to recover?
Hence I mend it. Time is very bold, and thus by the end of the world we'll have bold followers.
I knew 'twould be a bold conclusion. But stop, what's this yonder?
Antipholus, look strange and found some other mistress had that sweet aspect. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once when thou unurged wouldst thou, then every word were music to thine ear, then every object pleasing in thine eye, then every touch welcomed thine hand, then every meat sweet savored in thy taste, unless I spake, or looked, or touched, or carved to thee. How comes it, my husband, oh how comes it, that thou hast called thee estranged from thyself? Thyself I call it being strange to thee. Thy undividable, incorrupt, and better than thy dear self's better part. Do not tear away thyself from me, for know, my love, as easy mayest thou fall, a drop of water in the breaking gulf, and take unmingled that same drop again without addition or diminishing, as take me thyself and not me too. How dearly would it touch me to the good shouldest thou hear our last sentence, and that this body consecrated to thee, thy rum and lust should be contaminate? Wouldst thou not spit at me and spurn at me and hurl the name of my husband in my face, and tear the stained skin off my harlot brow, and from my hand tear the wedding ring and break it with a deep divorcing vow? I know thou canst, and therefore see thou do it. I am possessed with an adulterate plot. My blood is mingled with the crime of lust. For if we play one and thou play false, I do digest the poison of thy flesh, being strumpeted by thy contagion. Keep then far league and truth with thy true bed. I live unstained, thou undishonored.
Clean you to me, fair dame? I know you not, in emphasis I'm but 2 hours old, as strange unto your town as to your talk. Who, every word by all my wit being scanned, want wit in all one word to understand.
Ah, brother, how the world is chasing you. Where were you going to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio? By me?
By thee, and this thou didst return from him that he did buffet thee, and in his love to that house for his, me for his wife.
Did you converse, sir, with this gentlewoman? What is the course and drift of your compact? Nay, sir, I haven't seen her since till now, villain thou liest! How can she thus then call us by our names unless it be by inspiration?
How ill it agrees with the gravity to counterfeit such grossly with your slave, that to thwart me in my mood. Be it my wrong, you are from me, exempt. A wrong not that wrong with more content. Come, I will fasten on this sleeve of thine. Thou art an elm, my husband, I a vine, whose weakness married to thy stronger state makes me with my strength to communicate. If aught possesses thee from me, it is dross, uncertain ivy, briar, or idle moss. Who, if it takes thy sound and lives on thy confusion?
To me she speaks. She moves me for her theme. What, was I married to her in my dream? Or sleep I now and think I hear all this? Whatever drives our eyes and ears amiss! Until I know the sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Dromio, go feed the servants bread for dinner.
Oh, my beads! I crossed me for a sinner. This is the fairyland, oh spite of spites. We talk with goblins, owls, sprites. But if we do not obey, this will ensue. They'll suck our breath and pitch us black and blue.
Why pratest thou to thyself and answerest not? Dromio, thou drone, thou slug, thou snail, thou sot.
I am transform master, am I not?
I think thou art in mind, and so am I.
Nay, sir, in mind and shape.
Thou hast thy own form.
Nay, sir, I'm an ape.
If thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass.
'Tis so. She rides me, and I long for grass. 'Tis so, I be an ass. But she should know me as well as I know her.
Come, no longer will I be a thorn. Stick thy finger in thine eye, and weep while man and master laugh my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate. Sir, I will dine above with you today and strive for 1,000 idle pranks. Sirrah, if any asks for your master, send me thy sword and let no creature enter. Come, sister. Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking, mad or well advised? No none to these into myself disguised? I'll say as they say and preserve her so, and in this mist that all adventures go.
Come, Antipholus, we done too late.
Senor Angelo, you must excuse us. My wife is shrewish when I keep odd hours. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of the carcan, and that tomorrow you will bring home. Now here's a villain that would face me down, and that I did beat him and charged him 1,000 marks in gold, and that I did deny my wife's house. Thou drunkard, thou what meanest thou by this?
Oh, say what you will, but I know what I know, that you beat me at the bar, and I have your hand to show why. If the skin were parchment and the blows you gave were ink, why, your own handwriting would tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Oh, Mary, so it doth appear, for the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear. I should kick, being kicked in that pass, you would keep from my heels and beware of an ass.
You're sad.
Oh.
Good Senor Balthazar. Pray God will answer my good cheer and my goodwill and your good welcome here.
Good meat, sir, is common that every churl affords. A small feast, but a great welcome, makes a merry feast.
Aye, to a cheap oats and in more sparing gifts, but though my cakes be mean, take it in good part. But soft, my door is locked. Fool! Go! Let them let us in.
Ma, Bridget, Marion, Cecil, Jillian, Jen.
Mo, Maltors, Capon, Coxcomb, Idiot, Patch. Either get thee from the door or go sit at the hedge. Dost thou conjure for wenches that calls for such store? One is one too many. Go get thee from the door.
What Patch has made all porter? My master waits in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on one's feet.
Who talks within there? Oh! Open the door! What art thou that keeps me from the house that I owe?
The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Dromio.
Oh, villain!
let Stone mold mine office and my name. The one there got me credit, the other Mickle blame. If thou had been Dromio in my place today, thou would have changed thy name for a face, or thy face for an ass.
Dromio! Dromio! Well, is that Dromio? Who goes at the gate?
Let my master in, Luce.
Please know he comes too late, and so tell your master.
If thy name be Luce, then Luce had answered him well.
Are you there, you minion? You'll let us in, I hope. I thought I'd ask you.
And you said no. So come help well struck. That was blow for blow.
Who at the door keeps all this noise?
Your town is filled with unruly boys.
Are you there, wife? You might have come before.
Your wife? Sir Ned, go get you from the door.
If you would go in pain, master, this knave would go sore.
Here is neither cheer, sir, nor welcome. We would fain have either. And debating which was best, we shall part with neither.
Then wait at the gate, master. Bid them welcome hither.
There's something on the wind, but we cannot get in.
Say so, master, of your garments within. Your cape there is warm within. You stand out here in the cold. You make man mad as fuck to be so bought and sold.
Go fetch me something. I'll break open the gate.
A man may break a rubber to you, sir, and roar on the wind. I'll break it in your face so you break it out behind.
Oh, get thee gone. Fetch me an iron crow.
Have patience, sir. Oh, let it not be so. Herein you war against your reputation, against the unviolated honor of your wife. At once this, your long experience of her wisdom, years, sober virtue, and modesty, plead on her part, for she will well excuse why at this time these doors are made against you. Be ruled by me, depart in patience, and let us all to the Tiger for dinner. About eventide, come yourself alone to learn the cause of this strange restraint. For if you offer to break in, now with a strong hand and a stirring passage a day of vulgar comment, will be made of it, and will dwell upon your grave when you are dead. For slander lives upon succession, whoever house were against possession.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and despite mirth, mean to be merry. I know a wench of excellent discourse, pretty and witty, wild and yet too gentle. There we went to dinner. This woman, my wife, who I doth protest, hath oftentimes upbraided me with all. There we go. Get you home. And fetch the chain. By this I know 'tis made. Bring it, I pray you, to the porpentine front. There's the house. This chain I will bestow, be it for nothing but to spite my wife upon my hostess there. So make haste. Since my own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock elsewhere to see if they'll disdain me.
I will meet you at that place some hour hence.
Do so. Woo, this jest will cost me some expense.
It may be that you quite forgot a husband's office. Shall Antipholus even in the spring of love, thy love brings want? Shall love in building grow so ruinous? If you didn't wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake use her with more kindness. Or, if you look elsewhere, do it with more stealth, muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye, be not thy tongue thy own shame torture. Look sweet, be fair, become disloyalty. A pair of eyes like virtues, harming a bear of false presence, though your heart be tainted. Teach sin the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret, false. What is she to be acquainted? What simple thief brags of his own attaint? 'Tis double wrong to truant with your bed, and let her read it in thy looks outborn. Sin hath a bastard fame well managed, till these are doubles believe a word. Alas, poor women! Make us believe in compact of credit that you love us, though others have the arm, show us the sleeve. We in your motion turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle brother, get you in again, comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis wholly sport to be a little vain when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress! What your name is else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine, less in your knowledge and your grace you show not, than our earth's wonder, more than earth divine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak, lay open to my earthy gross conceit, smothered in errors, feeble, shallow, weak, the folded meaning of your words deceit. Against my soul's pure truth, why labor you to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then into your power, I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more to you do I decline. Oh, train me not, sweet mermaid, with thy note, to drown me in thy sister's flood of tears. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will dote, and spread over the silver waves thy golden hairs, and as a bed, I'll take them, and there lie, and in a glorious supposition think. He gains by death that have such means to die. Let love, being light, be drowned if she sink.
What? Are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated. How I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sunbeam by.
Gaze where you should, in magic clear sight.
Oh, it's good to wink sweet love as look on night.
Why call you me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself. It is mine own self's better part. Oh, mine eye's clear eye, my heart's dear heart, my food, my fortune, my sweet hopes, aim, my soul earth's heaven, and my heaven's claim.
All these things my sister is, or else should it be?
Call thyself sister sweet, for I am thee. Thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, soft air! Hold you still! I shall go get my sister, to get her goodwill.
Why, how now, Dromio? Where runnest thou so fast?
Do you know me, sir? Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I besides myself?
Thou art Dromio, thou art my man, thou art thyself.
I am an ass. I am a woman's servant besides myself.
What woman's man, and how besides thyself besides thyself?
Marry, sir, I'm due to a woman. One that claims me. One that haunts me. One that will have me.
What claim lay she to thee?
Marry, sir, such a claim as to one's horse. And she having me as a beast, though me not being a beast, for she is a very beastly creature, lays claim to me.
What is she?
Marry, sir, a very reverent body, where one wouldn't say without, you say, sir reverence? And I, having been luck in the match, for she is a wondrous fat marriage.
How dost thou mean a fat marriage?
Marry, sir, she's the kitchen witch in all Greece. And I know not what use to put her to, but to make a lamp of her and run from her own light. I reckon the towels and rags will burn up all in winter. And if she lives till doomsday, she'll burn a week longer than the whole world.
What's her name?
Nell, sir. And that's L in 3/4. It does not measure her from hip to hip.
Then she bears some breath.
No longer from
Mary, sir, the buttocks. I found it by the logs.
Go! Hide me presently. Post to the road. And if the wind blows any way from shore, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark put forth come to the march, there will I walk till thou return to me. If everyone knows us and we know none, 'tis time I think to trudge pack and be gone.
For bare man that would run from life, so flying from her that would be my wife.
There's none but witches do inhabit here. Therefore 'tis high time that I were hence. She that doth call me husband, even my soul doth for a wife abhor. But her fair sister, possessed of such a gentle, sovereign grace, of such enchanting presence and discourse, hath almost made me a traitor to myself. But lest myself be guilty of self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid song.
Master Antipholus!
That is my name.
Oh, I know it well, sir. Lo, here is the chain. I thought to have taken you at the porpentine. The chain unfinished has kept me thus long.
What is your will that I should do with this?
Your pleasure, sir. I've made the chain for you.
Made it for me, sir. I bespoken not.
Not once, not twice, but 20 times you have. Here, take the chain and take it home and please your wife withal. I will come to you near supper time and receive my money for the chain.
I pray you, sir, receive the money now, for dare you see chain nor money more.
Oh, you're a merry man, sir. Fare you well.
What I should think of this, I cannot tell. But this I think, there's no man so vain as would refuse so fair an offered chain. I see a man here need not live by shifts, when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. On to the march, and there for Dromio stay. Finish ship put out, and straight away.
Since Pentecost's sun is due, I have not importuned you much, nor now will I not, but I am bound for Persia and need money for my voyage. Therefore, make present satisfaction, or I will attack you by this here officer.
Even now, the money that I do owe to you rose to me by Antipholus. At 5 o'clock, I'm to meet him for a chain and receive my money for the same. Please, sir, walk with me down to his house. I will discharge this debt and thank you too.
Thou labor may you save, see where he comes.
While I go to the goldsmith's house, go thou and get thee a rope sand. That I will bestow upon my wife and her confederates for locking me out the doors by day. That's all, Fred. You see the goldsmith there. Get you home. Buy me a rope. Bring it home. Come here.
I buy £1,000 a year. I buy a rope.
Man as well hop up that trust to you. I did promise your presence and the chain, but neither the chain nor goldsmith came to me. Like you thought our love would last too long if we were chained together, and therefore came not.
Saving your merry humor, sir, here is the note. What the chain weighs to the utmost carat, the fineness of the gold in chargeful fashion, which amounts to about 3 odd ducats more than I owe this gentleman. Now, please, sir, let's see this man discharged, for he is bound to steal and stays but poor.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good son, babe, so take this stranger to my house, and with you take the chain, and bid my wife disperse the sum on receipt thereof. Perchance it may be there as soon as you.
So you will take the chain to her yourself?
No. Bring it with you, lest I come in on time enough.
Well, I will, sir. Do you have the chain about you?
And if I am not, sir, I hope you have. Or else you might return without your money.
Please, sir, give me the chain. The wind and tide stays for this gentleman, and I am to blame, have kept him here too long.
Good Lord, you'd use this dalliance to excuse your breach of promise to the porpentine. I should have reprimanded you for not bringing it, but like a shrew, you first began to brawl.
The hour steals on. I pray you, sir, dispatch.
Do you hear how he importunes me? The chain.
Why, give the chain to my wife and fetch your money.
Come, you know I gave the chain to you even now. Either send the chain or send me by some token.
Oh, you run this humor out of breath. Now, come, where's the chain? I pray you let me see.
My business cannot brook this doubting. Say whether he will answer me or no, or I will leave him to the officer.
I answer you. What business I answer you?
The money that you owe me for the chain.
I owe you none until I receive the chain.
You know I gave it to you half an hour since.
Gave me none. You wrong me much to say so.
And you wrong me more, sir, in denying it. Think how this stands upon my credit.
Officer, arrest this man in my suit.
I do charge you in the Duke's name to obey.
This touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay this fine for me, or I will attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee that I never had. Ha! Arrest me, foolish fellow, if thou darest.
Here is your fee, sir. Arrest him, officer. I would not spare my brother in this case if he would scorn me so apparently.
I arrest you, sir. You hear the suit.
I do obey thee until I give thee bail. But, Sarah, you shall buy this ward as dear as all the metal in your shop will answer.
Sir, I will have law in Ephesus. To your notorious shame, I doubt it not.
Master, there's a bark about Madame that stays until her master comes aboard. On frigid, sir, I've conveyed aboard and bought the oil, the balsamum, the aquavitae. The ship is in her term, and the merry wind blows far from land. And they stayed not at all, but for their owner, master, and yourself.
Thou drunken slave, I sent thee for a rope! I told thee to what business and to what end!
Sent me for a rope, you sent me to the bay for a bark!
We'll debate this matter at more leisure, and teacher is to list mine with more heed. Adriana, villain, hide thee straight. Give her this key. Tell her in the purse that is covered over with the Turkish tapestry. There is a purse of ducats. Have her send it, and tell her I am arrested in the street. That shall bail. Hide thee, slave, be gone! Onward, officer, to prison till he come. Ah!
See, Adriana, that is where we dine, where their sweetheart did claim me for thy love. She is too big for me to get past, though I hope there I must go. Though against my will, for servants must their master's mind fulfill.
Oh, sister, mightest thou perceive Australian's eye that he did plead in earnest? Ye or no? Might he look red or pale or sad or merrily? What observation makest thou in this case of his heart's beaters tilted in his face? First, he denied that you had in him no crime, hence he did me none, the more my spite. Then he declared himself a stranger here. A true he swore, yet forsworn he were. Did it speak him fair? Have patience, I beseech. Oh, I cannot, nor I will not hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have his will. He is deformed, hurt, old and sear, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless, everywhere. Vicious, ungentle, foolish, once unkind, stigmatical, and making worse in mind. Who would be jealous then of such a one? No evil lost is wailed when it is gone. Ah, but I think him better than what I say, and yet here in others' eyes were worse. Far from her nest, the laughing cries away. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
Here. The desk, the purse, sweet, make haste.
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running text.
Where is thy master, Dromio? Is he well?
Nay, he's in Tartar limbo, worse than hell.
He is arrested. Tell me at whose suit?
I know not in whose suit that he's arrested well. He's in a suit of buff, that I... Will you send him
redemption, mistress, the money, in the desk.
This I wonder at that he unknown to me should be in debt. Tell me, was he arrested on a ban?
Nay, not on a band, but a much stronger thing, a chain. The chain! 'Tis time I were gone. 'Tis true I left another clock strikes one.
As if time were in debt, how fondly doth thou reason?
Time is very bankrupt and knows more than what he's worth. Nay, he's a thief too, and he comes stealing on by night and day. Have you not heard men say? Yeah. Tell me no reason to turn an hour in a day.
There, Dromio, bear it straight and fetch thy master home immediately. Come, sister, I have struck down with my conceit, my comfort, and my injury.
There's not a man I meet but doth salute me, as if I were their well-acquainted friend, and everyone doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me, some invite me, some offer me commodities to buy. Even now a tailor called me in the shop and showed me silks he had bought for me, and therewithal took measure of my body. Sure, these are imaginary wilds, and Lapland sorcerers inhabit here. Dromio! Dromio! Here! It's the gold you sent me. What, have you got a picture of old Adam New Apparel? I understand thee not. Nay, 'tis a plain case. He that won't like a basket on a case of leather. He that, when men are tired, gives them a sense of rest. That takes pity on decayed men and gives them a suit's endurance. He that sets up more exploits with his face than a Morse pike. What, thou meanest an officer? Aye, sir, the sergeant of the band that brings any man to rest, that breaks his band. You are the angels you sent me for. The fellow is distracted, and so am I. Here we wander in illusions. Some blessed power deliver us from hands.
Well met, Master Antipholus. I see, sir, you have found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Oh, Satan avoid, I charge thee, tempt me not! Master, is this Mr. Satan? It is the devil. Nay, sir, she's worse. She's the devil's dam. Come not near her.
The man and you are marvelous match, sir. Will you come with me for men's dinner here?
And you too, master, expect spoon me or bespeak a long spoon. Why, Dromio? For he must have a long spoon that eats with the devil. Avoid that thing. What tellest thou me of something? Thou art, as you all are, a sorceress. I conjure thee to leave me and be gone.
Give me the ring of money you had at dinner or from my diamond exchange promise. I'll be gone for the night.
Most demons would ask for the parings of one's nails, a rush, a hair, a pin, a drop of blood, a nut, a cherry stone, but she more covetous would ask for a chain. Master, be wise, and if you give it her, the devil will shake your chain and fright us with it.
I pray you, sir, my ring or after shame. I hope you do not mean to cheat me, sir.
About the witch! Come, Dromio! Let us go! Fly prides is the peacock, mistress, that you know!
Now, I doubt Antipholus is mad. Else would he never so deep himself. The reason that I gather he is mad, besides this present intent of his rage, is a mad tale he told today at dinner of his own doors being shut against his entrance. Be like his wife, appearing in his fits. Shut the doors against his way. My way is now to hie home to his house and tell his wife that we are willing to he rushed into my house and took forth my ring away. This course I bear shoes before he does too much too loose.
Do not fear me, man. I will not break away. I'll give thee, ere I live thee, so much money to warrant thee as I am rested for. Seth, you see my man, I do believe he has the money. How now, sir, do you have that which I sent you for?
Here's that I warn you, we'll pay them all.
But where's the money?
Why, sir, I gave the money for the rope.
500 ducats, villain, for a rope?
Boy, ropes and
sir, and to that end I am returned.
To that end, sir, I will welcome you.
Good sir, be patient.
Nay, sir, 'tis for me to be patient. I am in adversity.
Good. Now hold thy tongue.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows and sows an ass.
I am an ass indeed! You may prove it by my long ears. I have served this man from the hour of my nativity to this instant, and have nothing at my hands for his service but blows. When I am hot, he cools me with beating. When I am cool, he heats me with beating. I am waked with it when I sleep, raised with it when I sit, driven outdoors with it when I go from home, welcomed home with it when I return. Nay, I bear it on my shoulders as a beggar won't her brat. And I think when he hath lamed me with it, I shall beg with it from door to door.
Come, go along. My wife is coming yonder.
Oh, mistress, respect your end or rather the prophecy like the parrot. Beware the rope sand.
Thou shalt talk.
How see you now? Is not your husband mad?
His incivility confirms no less. Good Dr. Pinch, you are a conjurer. Restore him in his right mind again, and I will please you what you will.
Give me your hand. And let me feel your pulse. Salo,
There's my hand. Let it feel your ear.
Charge thee, Satan! House within this man, to yield thy possession to my holy prayers, and to thy stated darkness. I thee straight, I conjure thee by all the saints in heaven.
Peace, doting wizard, peace. I am not mad.
Thou wert not poor, distressed soul.
You minion, you. Are these your customers? Did this companion with the saffron face revel and feasted at my house today, whilst upon me the gilded doors were shut and I locked down my house?
Husband, God know you died at home. Where will you remain until this time, free from the shame of these open slanders?
Oh, the dined at home, our villain, what sayest thou?
Sir, suits to say you did not dine at home.
Well, my door's not locked up and I shut out.
Purdy, your doors were locked and you shut out.
And did she not herself revile me there?
Sans fable, she herself reviled you there.
Did her kitchen maid not rail, taunt, and scorn?
Certain she did. The kitchen bear shall scorn you.
And did I in anger not depart from this?
In verity you did, that my bones can bear witness to the sense of the vigor of your rage.
It's good to soothe him in these contraries.
It is no shame the fellow finds his vein, and to yielding to him humours well his frenzy.
Oh, thou hast summoned the goldsmith to arrest me.
Husband, I sent you money to redeem you by Dromio here, who came in haste for it.
Money by me? Heart and goodwill you might, but certainly, master, not a rag of money.
Say, wherefore didst thou lock me today? Why dost thou deny the bag of gold?
Husband, I did not lock thee for it.
And, gentle master, I received no gold, but I confess, sir, we were locked out.
This assembling villain, thou speakest false in both.
This assembling harlot, thou art false in all.
Oh!
And art confederate with a damnable pact that would make a loathsome, abject scorn of me. But with these nails, I'll pluck out those eyes that would behold me in such a sport.
Hurt me not!
More company, the fiend is strong within him.
I thee, poor man, how pale and wan he looks!
What? Wilt thou murder me? Thou jailer, thou, I'm thy prisoner. Wilt thou suffer them to make a rescue?
Masters, let him go. He is my prisoner. You cannot have him.
Find this man, for he's frantic too.
What wilt thou do, thou peevish officer? Hast thou delight to see a man do outrage and displeasure to himself?
He is my prisoner, and the debt that he owes will be required of me.
Bear me forthwith unto his creditor, and, knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. Good, Master Doctor. See him sent and conveyed home to my house. Oh, most unhappy day.
Oh, most unhappy strumpet.
Master, I am here entered in bond for you.
Out on thee, villain, wherefore dost thou mad me?
Will you be bound for nothing? Be mad, good master! Cry the devil!
Tell me, whose suit is he arrested at?
One Angelo, a goldsmith. Do you know him?
I know the man. Tell me, what is the sum he owes?
Oh, 200 ducats.
Tell me, how grows it due?
A gold chain. Your husband had it.
He did bespeak a chain, but had it not. Come, jailer, bring me to where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth here of that large. God, for thy mercy, they are loose again! Oh, and come with naked swords! Come, let us...
Away! They kill us! I see these witches are afraid of swords.
She that would be your wife now ran from you.
Come to the centaur. Fetch our stuff from thence. And long now we were safe and sound aboard.
Pray let us stay this night. They will surely do us no harm. You say they saw they speak us fair, give us gold. I myself could become a witch. Be nice.
I would not stay tonight for all of the town, therefore away to get our stuff aboard.
I'm so sorry, sir, to have hindered you, but I protest. He had a chain of me, and he most honestly doth deny it.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
A very reverend reputation, sir, highly beloved, credit infinite, second to none who lives here in this city. His word could bear my wealth at any time.
Speak softly. Yonder, as I think he walks.
Oh, 'tis so, and that self-chain about his neck, which he forswore most monstrously to have. Draw near me, sir, most visibly. Signor Antipholus! I wonder much, sir, why you would put me to such shame and trouble in denying this chain that you now wear so openly, and to do against my honest friend here, who, if not to stay for our controversy, would have set sail and be out to sea today. This chain that you had of me, can you deny it?
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
Thou knowest these ears are mine, doth hear thee. Fie on thee, wretch.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. I'll prove mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently, if thou darest stand.
No, and I do dare, and defy thee for a villain.
Oh, God, hurt him not! He is mad! For God's sake, some come within him! By Dromio too!
Run, master, run! For God's sakes, take a house, for this is a prayer in which we are spoiled.
Be quiet, people! Wherefore wrong you, sir? To fetch my poor, distracted husband hence. Let us come within so that we may bind him fast and send a hope for his recovery.
I knew he was not in his perfect wits.
I'm sorry now that I did draw on him.
How long hath this possession held the man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, sad, much different from the man he was, but till this afternoon his passion ne'er break into extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost much wealth by wreck of sea, buried some dear friend, hath not else his eyes straight, his affection and unlawful love, a sin prevailing much in youthful men? Which of these sorrows is he subject to?
To none of these, except it be the last, namely, some love of his that drew him oft from home.
You should for that have reprehended him.
What? So I did.
Aye, but not rough enough.
It was the copy of our conference. In bed he slept not for my urging it, at board he fed not for my urging it. Alone it was the subject of my theme, in company I often glanced it, yet I did tell him it was vile and bad.
And there came it that the man was mad, the venom clamors of a jealous woman, poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. His seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railing, and there comes it that his head is black. Thou sayest his meat was sauce by they have braised, in unquiet meals make ill digested, and there raging a fire fever bred, and what's a fever but a fit of madness? Thou sayest his sports were hindered by thy brawl, sweet recreation barred, what doth ensue, but moody and dull melancholy, kinsman to grim and comfortless despair, and at her heels a huge infectious troop, of pale distemperatures and foes to lack, in spoon and sport and life-preserving rest, to be disturbed with man or beast. The consequence then is thy jealous fits, have scared thy husband from the use of fits.
She never reprehended him but mildly, when he proved himself rough, rude, and wildly. Why bear you these rebukes and answer us not? She did betray me to my own reproof.
Good
sanctuary and it shall privilege him from your hand, till I have brought him to his wits again, or lose my labor in his aid. Let me nurse my husband. Be his nurse, for it is my office will have no attorney but myself. Therefore, let me have him home with me. Be patient, for I will not let him stir till I have used the approved means that I have, with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers, to make of him a formal man again. It is a branch and parcel of mine oath, a charitable duty of mine order. Therefore, depart and leave him here with me. I will not hence to leave my husband here, and ill adopt the senior of holiness to separate the husband and the wife. Be quiet and depart, thou shalt not have him. Plain unto the Duke of this indignity.
By this, I doth think the dial points at 5. Anon, I'm sure the Duke himself this way comes to this melancholy vale, to this place of sad and sorry execution, to the ditches of the abbey here.
Upon what cause?
The irreverent Syracusian merchant, who unluckily put into this bay, beheaded publicly for his offense.
Yet once again proclaim it publicly. If any friend will pay the ransom for him, he shall not die. So much we tender him.
Justice, most gracious Duke, against the abbess.
She is a virtuous and reverend lady. It cannot be she hath done me wrong.
May it please your grace, Antipholus, my husband, who I made lord of me and all I had at your important letters, this ill day a most outrageous bit of madness took him, that desperately he hurried through the street with his bondman, all mad as he, doing displeasures to the citizens, by rushing in their houses, taking things, rings, jewels, anything his rage should like. Once I did get him bound and sent him home once to take order for the wrongs I went that here and there his fury had committed. Anon, I wot not but what strong escape he broke from those that had the guard of him. And with his mad attendant and himself, each with our compassion withdrawn towards, madly bent on us, till, raising of more aid, he came again to find them. Now they ran to this abbey here, whether the abbess shuts the gates on us, most not suffer us to fetch him out, nor send him forth that we may bear him hence for help. Therefore, most gracious Duke, with thy command, let him be brought forth and borne hence for help.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee engaged a prince's word. When thou madest him master of thy bed, do him all the good and grace I could. Go, some of you, knock at the abbey gate, and bid the lady abbess come to me. I'll determine this before I stir.
Mistress, shift and save yourself. My master and his men both broke loose, beat the maids a rope, bound the doctor, whose beard they done singed off with brands of fire. And ever as it blazed, they threw on him great pails of puddled mire. And his master preaches patience to his man, but with scissors nicks the doctor like a fool. Unless you send some priest and help, between them they will kill the conjurer.
Peace, fool, thy man and master are here, and this is false thou doth report to us.
Come, stand by me. Fear nothing. Guard with halberds.
I be witness you, it is my husband that he is born about invisible. Now that we house him in this abbey here, now he is there, past thought of human reason.
Justice, O most gracious Duke, O grant me justice, even for the service that I long since did thee, when I bestrid thee in the wars and took deep scars to save thy life, even for the blood that I shed for thee, then now grant me justice.
Even though the look of death doth make me dote, I do see my son Antipholus and Dromio.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there, she whom thou hast given me to be my wife, that hath abused and dishonored me, even in the strength and height of injury. Beyond imagination is the wrong that she this day hath shameless thrown on me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, great Duke, she did lock me forth while she, with harlots, feasted in my house.
A grievous fault. Say, woman, didst thou so?
Gracious Duke, he, myself, and my sister did dine together today. So befall my soul, this is false, he burdens me with all.
There may I look on day nor sleep on night, for she tells your highness simple truth.
Oh, perjured woman. You are both forsworn. For this the madman justly charges them.
My liege, I am advised that what I say, neither disturbed with the effect of wine, or heady rash, or provoked with a rage and ire, albeit my wrongs might make one wiser man. This woman did lock me forth from dinner. That goldsmith there, were he not packed with her, could have witnessed it, for he was with me then, who parted with me to go and fetch a chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine, where Balthazar and I did dine together. Our dinner done, and he not coming thither, I went to seek him. In the street there, I did meet him in the company of that gentleman. There, this perjured goldsmith did swear me down that on this day of him I received the chain, which God he knows I saw not. For the which he did arrest me with an officer. I did obey, and sent my peasant home for certain ducats. He with none returned. I fairly bespoke the officer and immediately told him to go with me to my house. Along the way we met my wife, her sister, and a rabble more of vile confederates. Along with them they did bring one peach, a hungry, lean-faced villain, a mere anatomy and a mountebank, a threadbare juggler and a fortune-teller, a needy, hollow-eyed, sharp-looking wretch, a dead-looking man. This pernicious slave, forsooth, took on him as a conjurer, and feeling my pulse and gazing in my eyes, and with no face as to outfacing me, cried out, I was possessed. Then altogether they fell upon me, bound me, bore me thence, and in a darkish, dankish vault at home there did leave me bound together with my man, till, gnawing with my teeth, our bonds in sunder, I gained my freedom and immediately ran hither to your grace. My beseech give me ample satisfaction for these deep shames and great indignities.
Tells the truth, my lord, for I was with him. He did not dine at home, but was locked out.
Never stepped foot within these abbey walls, nor did I ever drive that sword on me. I never saw the chain, so help me heaven. And for this false you burden me withal.
Why, what an intricate impeach is this? I think you all have drunk of Circe's cup. If here you housed him, here he would have been.
Most mighty Duke, vouchsafe me speak a word. Haply I see a friend who will save my life and pay the sum that will deliver me.
Very well, Syracusian, what thou wilt. Speak clearly.
Is not your name, sir, called Antipholus? Is not this your bondsman Dromio?
Within this hour I was his bondsman, sir, but he, I thank him, not unto my cords. Now am I Dromio and his man unbound.
I'm sure both of you remember me.
By ourselves we do remember you, sir, for we were bound as you are now. You're not Finch's patient, are you, sir?
Well, why look you strange on me? You know me well.
I have never seen you before in my life till now.
Grief hath changed me since you saw me last, and careful hours with time's deformed hands have made strange features in my face. But tell me yet, dost thou not know my voice?
Neither.
I am sure thou dost.
Aye, and I am sure we do not, and whatsoever a man denies, you are now bound to believe him.
Not know my voice? Oh, time's extremity hast thou so cracked and splitted my poor tongue in 7 short years, that here my only son knows not my feeble key of unto cares? Although now this brained face of mine be hid in sap-consuming winter's drizzled snow, and all the conduits of my blood froze up, yet have my night of memory some memory. All these old witnesses I cannot e'er tell me. Thou art my son Antipholus.
I've never met my father in my life.
But 7 years since, boy, in Syracuse, thou knowest we parted. But perhaps my son is ashamed to acknowledge me misery.
The Duke and all that know me in the town know it is not so. I have never seen Syracuse in my life before.
I tell thee, sir, 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, during which time he ne'er saw Syracuse. I see thy age and dangers make thee dote.
Most mighty Duke, behold the man much wrong.
I see two husbands, or mine eyes deceive me.
One of these men is genius to the other, and so these, which is the natural man, and which is the spirit, who deciphers them.
I serve Dromio. Command him away!
I saw him, Dromio. Proud me stay.
Adrian, I've done that, or else his ghost!
Adrian, my own bastard! Who'd have born him here?
Whoever bound him by blues his bonds and gain a husband by his liberty. Oh, if thou beest the same Aegean that once had a wife called Ophelia, I bore thee out of birth two fair sons. Oh, if thou beest the same Aegean, speak into the same Amelia.
If I dream not, thou art Amelia. But tell me this. Where is that son that floated with thee on the faithful raft?
By men of Epidamnum, he and I and the twin Dromio were all taken up. But by and by rude fishermen of Corinth by force took them and the twin Dromio from thee and them, and they left with those of Epidamnum. What became of them, I cannot tell. I to this fortune you see in.
Why, here begins his morning story right. Antipholus, thou camest from Corinth first.
No, sir, not I. I came from Syracuse.
Stand apart. I know not which is which.
Which one of you two did dine with me today?
Aye, gentle mistress.
And are you not my husband?
No, his same name is Seth.
And so do I. Yet did she call me so. And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, did call me brother. What I told you then, I hope I will have leisure to make good, if this be not a dream I see in here.
Sir, that is the chain that you had of me. Is it not?
I think it be, sir. I deny it not.
And for this chain, sir, you did arrest me.
I think I did, sir. I deny it not.
I sent you money to redeem you by Dromio here, but I think he brought it not.
No, none by me.
This purse of ducats I received from you, and Dromio, my man, did bring them me. I see we still did meet each other's man, and I was taken for him, and he for me. And thereupon these errors are arose.
These purse of ducats I do pawn for my father here.
It shall not be. Thy father hath his life.
So I might have that diamond from you.
Take it. And much thanks to my good chief.
Renowned Duke, vouchsafe to take the pains to go with us into the abbey and here at large discourse all our fortunes and all that are assembled in this place. But by this emphasize one day's error, which have suffered wrong, go keep us company, and we shall make full satisfaction. 33 years have I begone in travail, my heavy burden never delivered. You, my husband, the Duke, my children both, and you, calendars of their nativity, go to Augustus' feast and go with me. After so long years, such festivity.
With all my heart, I'll gossip at this feast.
He speaks to me. I am your master Dromio. Come, go with us. We'll look to that anon. Embrace my brother there. Rejoice with him. There is a fat friend at your master's house that kitchened me for you today. She now shall be my sister, not my wife.
I think you are my glass and I'm a sibling. And look at you and I'm a sweet-faced youth. Will you walk in to see the gossiping?
Nay, sir, you are my elder.
We came into this world side by side. Now let's go, hand in hand, not one before the other.
for sale.
I'm almost
Only 200 ducats? Yeah, I only take ducats.
really know.